Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. All right. Well, what do you see? There's 5 hens, and we have given this rooster the name Sunny from a suggestion from a viewer, and the white hen makes 6 hens. The white hen and that barnyard mix flew in here over the fence the other day while I was out here tinkering around, and I've left them in here with Sunny. He has started acting more like a rooster. I said something to him the other day. I'm like, boy, you better do your job. And next thing I know, he was trying to mount a hen. So he's trying. He's starting to do his little rooster dance and standing up like a rooster. And he's finally growing up. But that only leaves 3 in here with Sue. And I think Sue's going through a mild molt. So the Easter egger right there, she's done filled back out. She's all pretty. And then we've got the little gray one that we hatched, and it's laying a bluish green egg, and the Easter egger's laying a bluish or green egg. And then I've got the barnyard mix that volunteered over here. That's what's in with Sue, and those 3 don't pick on Sue at all, so I'm gonna leave them like they are. That's enough for him. And that means there's 5 hens, 6 hens in here with Sunny is his name, S-O-N-N-Y. So one of you viewers suggested that we name him that, and that made good sense to me, so that's what his name's gonna be. Dog scratched me a little while ago. Lordy, lordy. So I'd still like to catch this gray hen here. She's an Easter egger, and put her over with Sue and the other Easter eggers. But there's 2 Easter eggers in this pen. I'm trying to find where the other one is. The reason I say there's 2 is I'm getting 2 green eggs from over here. One's a little darker than the other. They're both dark, but one's a little different shade. But there's definitely 2 Easter eggers in this pen, and I just have not figured out which one is the Easter egger other than the gray one. And like I say, I've gotten 2 in one day from them. So unless she's laying more than 1 egg a day, there's got to be 2 Easter eggers in here. And that's a black sex link, and then 2 Rhode Island Reds, or a barnyard mix and a Rhode Island Red. And then these are Rhode Island Reds. That's a black sex link. Those 2 are black sex links. So I don't know which one's laying the other green egg, but I'm definitely getting 2 from this last pen. So that's a puzzle I haven't figured out yet. And I don't know. Every now and then I get a green one or a bluish one from over here. So it's got to be, I believe that one right there that's been molting is a Easter egger. So it's got to be her laying a blue or a green egg every now and then. I'm pretty sure it's blue. But, so I haven't figured that out. But either way, I'm still pleased with it. I'm averaging about 9 eggs a day. And I had a lady week before Christmas that asked me for 3 18 packs, and I didn't have them at the time. I was, she comes by work and picks them up. And I told her I'd try to bring her some Tuesday, and she didn't show back up Tuesday. She showed up Monday. So I didn't have them there Monday because I was, saving them up to bring Tuesday like I told her. So right now I do have the 3 18 packs, and I'm working on another dozen. So after collecting today, I should have another dozen finished, and I'll take those eggs to work with me in the morning, and they'll be at work for if she comes by to get them. If not, somebody else will buy them. That's usually the way it works. But we did something today that I have never done. I know it's been a while. It's been about 9 months ago when I first water glassed some eggs, and I fill up those gallon pickle jars with pickling lime and the eggs, you know, mixing in water and pour it over them. And my daughter needed some eggs and decided she'd try some. So we got out one that was 9 months old and put them all in the sink and washed them and did the float test. And I had a couple that floated a little bit, not full. They say it's still good if it floats a little, like stands up, but it doesn't matter. I threw those out anyway. And out of 39, ended up with 35. We had 2 that broke. So ended up with 35 eggs that we kept that stayed sunk to the bottom. So we finished washing them, dried them off, got them cartoning, and she took those home. So she'll let me know how they taste and all that. They're supposed to taste the same as if you just gathered them out of the pens. So we'll see how that turns out. But I spent some time working on some floodlights this last couple of days. I bought 6 new ones, and I knew I had, I'm going to turn y'all around. I had one under here, up top up here. That'd light up all under the pole barn here. And I put one up, and it didn't work very well. It's a Lowe's, came from Lowe's, and I never had any luck with them. But I put up one of my new ones here and lowered it down. Aimed one straight out so it lights out up under here, and one's aimed this direction. Because, you know, I keep my fuel storage under here, and I want to make sure if somebody comes out here, it's going to light up and the camera's going to catch them. So, it does have good night vision, but either way, I got that floodlight put up, and then I took the one that came from Lowe's that was here, and I've had several that were very old, 5-10 years old, and the sensor on the front of them right there, the little plastic piece, move my finger so it'll focus right there, will dry rot on them and crack and break. And so that one works really well. And I've got another one there. That's one of the Lowe's ones. It works pretty good too. So I moved the other one to the end of the building here. The sensor had dry rotted on it and it didn't work very well. So I changed it to this one. It works fine. And I changed out my lantern style porch lights. I got to scrape the caulking off the house and seal up around it. But I put one here. And let me go around to the front side of the house. I put one by the front door as well. So those 2 are on a switch, of course. The other 2 I'm going to put up on the back and the other side are going to plug into the receptacle we've got to add up there. So there'll be double flood on each side of the house. Basically, you can't get within about 40 feet without lights coming on. And of course, the new cameras have great night vision. I mean, I can see all the way up to the corner of the property up yonder easily at night with those new cameras. But the old cameras, they don't move. They're fixed. And one aims this way and one aims that way, and one on the back corner aiming back, and one on the other side. So it's covered on all 4 sides. And I've got the one up on the pole up there. Move my finger. That one's actually, I can control with my phone, turn it and do all that stuff. So that was an expensive disappointment, to be honest with you. But either way, so that's what I've been working on, is trying to get the floodlights put up. And my son's supposed to come and help me run the wires and put the plugs up, weatherproof plugs, so I can plug in the other floodlights and plug in all the cameras so I can do away with this extension cord. I'm going to put a receptacle up here and one on the other side so I can plug in the floodlight on the other side and that camera, and then I can plug in this camera here, and there'll be another one on the back. So that's the plan anyway. Now, the little solar panel you see on the edge of the roof up there is a light fixture that's self-contained, remote controlled, and that has its own little panel. So I couldn't remove those. But all the other little solar panels I had up, charging the cameras and charging these solar floodlights that I had up. All that stuff I took off the house. All them old floodlights, I had one up there, and we had a couple panels, had another one on the side. So ended up taking off about a dozen things off the edge of the house just to clean it up some. And if you notice, this window unit's gone. So I need to clean it, but that window unit's gone. And let me pause y'all for a second. And the window unit that was in the back of the kitchen, I took out. So all I've got to do is get those cleaned, and I'm going to give them to my daughter, my middle daughter. They could use a few. They got a new central heat and air unit that I installed for them last year, but we're going to put those to use on their property. And you see I've still got another camera here, and then another light that has its own little panel there. So I need the receptacle to where I can plug that camera into it. You see, it's got a panel, so I can take that panel down once I can plug that camera up. So I'm going to need to run a receptacle out through the attic and come out and mount it here so that I can plug that camera in, and then I can also plug in the floodlight that I'm going to put back here. So that's got to be ran inside in the attic, and then I'm going to put a plug. Whew, that's tough because I need a plug for that and here. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but there'll be another plug down here for this camera so I can do away with that panel. And this one gets plenty of sunlight. It never goes dead on me. But still, that's the point, is to not have those solar panels on the house. And that, you know, that way when I do get ready to repaint the house, which it could use pressure washing now, but that way when I do get ready to pressure wash it and repaint it, all that stuff will be gone and out of the way. And if I can get a plug over on this corner, I can plug that camera into it. Maybe I can go halfway and plug them both in. I got to get a longer cord for those cameras though. So anyway, that's what I've been working on, is taking stuff off the house, taking the window units out that's been in there for 14 years. And, well, I've replaced them, but been a window unit in those spots for 14 years. And get ready for the mini splits that I'm going to install that are supposed to be delivered tomorrow, which is today for you guys. Y'all will be seeing this on Monday. So Monday afternoon, semi-truck's supposed to deliver both those mini splits I ordered. And hopefully in the next week, sometime in the next week, my son and I will get power ran to those mini splits and get them both installed. So inside I'm ready for the installation, but we'll have to see. But anywho, that's what I've been working on, guys, is little stuff. And I did get all the solar panels put inside. One of my viewers suggested I need to get them out, which that was the plan. They're in that building, stacked like there should be. And trying to get all the little things done and be ready for the next project, which is installing those mini splits in the house. I've never dealt with that brand, but it's supposed to be one of these DIY ones, so we'll see how that works out. But anywho, get y'all all caught up. Like I said, hopefully my son will come over after work, which we don't have much time to work after work, but we can do it in the dark. We've done it before. And hooking up a mini split only takes a couple of hours. But, you know, we're going to mount them and got to put the hole through the wall to run the line set and all that good stuff. So it's all new project. So that's where I'm at, guys. Hey, Sonny. He does seem to like his name. Good looking rooster though, isn't he? Anywho, that's it, guys. I appreciate y'all watching, subscribing to the channel. We dropped some subscribers and then I've gained a few back. Actually went up to, I don't know, 1 or 2 above where we were before, you know, YouTube deleted some. They do that a lot to my channel. So all you new people, I do appreciate y'all very much. Y'all remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. Guys, the reason I'm putting in mini splits instead of the Windy units, two things. One is my off-grid power system. The electric heaters I'm running in the house, the electric fireplace and then electric wall heaters I've installed, I did last year, I showed y'all. Those things suck a lot of power, and it kills my off-grid batteries to where I have to go back to the grid to recharge within a couple of hours if it's real cold. Well, air conditioning, I can get 4 or 5 hours out of it, sometimes 6, depending on how much they run. But putting these mini splits in, when they're being 23 SEER units, they're much more energy efficient than the Windy units, but they also do heat. And they don't take no more power to run the heat than it does to run the air. So it's going to save me on power consumption, which means I don't have to recharge my battery bank as often, especially once I get all these new batteries installed. So that's going to lessen my power demands as well year round. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all following along on my little homestead journey. I do really, really appreciate it. Y'all be safe.